Hey guys, welcome to another live session here on YouTube. Well, tonight I want to talk about being a lone wolf. That's what I would consider myself at this point in my life, and I would say I've always felt like I'm a lone wolf. What is a lone wolf? Let's read the definitions. There's two definitions. A lone wolf is a very independent or solitary person. That's the definition that I would consider myself. The second definition is a lone wolf is a terrorist or criminal who acts alone rather than part of a larger organization. So I would consider myself the first definition, a very independent and solitary person. I think the difference between the two definitions is someone who has social skills and someone who doesn't. I have social skills, but I choose, and I do use them, and I am social, but I choose for the most part when I don't have to use my social skills or when they're not needed to just voluntarily be independent in a peaceful manner. I think people who don't have social skills and who have anger and who have hate in their heart, I think they're probably going to fall under the second definition. So I want to kind of clarify how I'm defining being a lone wolf. But I always felt like that even when I was younger. I always resented and disliked heavily having to go to family functions with a lot of people. I really didn't like going to clubs, like nightclubs, or even bars or things like that. I went there as part of, just socializing with young people, picking up girls. But it was never really my thing. I tried to always kind of be in the cut. I tried to kind of be by myself while still enjoying the moment. I went to concerts, I went to different things like that, but I would prefer to be alone. Why is that important? I think it's important because as you become an adult, you have to know yourself. I think knowing yourself is the key to all decisions. And so being able to identify who you are and what your strengths are and the type of personality you have, communicating that to others, defining how you are. Like I gave you the two definitions of a lone wolf, and then I'm defining how I perceive myself as that. And I get frustrated with people. I get frustrated when people park too close to me. I get frustrated with questions on YouTube. It's a dynamic. I can't complain because YouTube provides a supplemental income. And basically, that's the only reason I'm doing it at this point. I shut down all my social media because I'm just done with it. There was a time in my life that I was excited by it. I do realize I have a gift to communicate, to inspire, but I'm kind of just over it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And YouTube can get frustrating because you have to be a little bit social. You have to play the game. The game is, look, you're building a community and you don't have to. I mean, you could just upload videos and not respond to comments and just totally disengage. A lot of people do that. That's just not my style though either, because I don't, for me, uh, it's just not authentic. That's just not who I am. So if I'm going to do something, I'm going to be authentic to it. But at the same time, it bothers me. So it bothers me to have to deal with certain people, certain questions. It's like I want to be left alone, but I'm using a social platform. And so there's a little bit of a different dynamic there. And it's like everything in life. If you're going to grow something, you have to be consistent in doing it. Like, I made a video today about most people will not live in their car more than 8 months. Most people won't stay on the same diet for more than 8 months. Most people have a dream of having a YouTube channel, at least people who use YouTube on a regular. But the reality is, you will not be a YouTube creator for more than 8 months. You'll create a YouTube channel, you'll upload a few videos, and after 3, 4 months, you'll get discouraged and you're going to delete your profile. I'll probably do a video about that. Now, is it because you're a solitary person? Maybe. I think to be a solitary person at peace, to be the first definition of a lone wolf, the first definition of a lone wolf is someone who is very independent, a solitary person. I think to be that definition, I think you have to be at peace with yourself. I think you have to put a lot of energy into self-care so that you're in harmony with yourself. I think a lot of people want to be independent, but I think a lot of people lack self-peace. I knew a lot of girls that said they wanted their independence, but they couldn't go 2 weeks being alone. They couldn't go too long without being in a relationship. They couldn't go too long without a text message from someone. They needed attention. They needed to be social. So, a lot of people say they want independence. A lot of people say they want to be by themselves, but then you give them a week or two by themselves and they go crazy. I remember there was a guy I used to work with. He was having trouble in his marriage and in his house. And I said, look, man, I said, if you get a divorce, I said, you're going to drink yourself to death. I said, do you really want to be single? And he goes, I don't know. He goes, but it's probably true. He goes, after a couple of weeks, I'd get bored. Now, I still think you should get a divorce if it's unhealthy. And that's just one example. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you're going to be the first type of person, a very independent, solitary person, you're going to have to be at peace with yourself. You're going to have to put a lot of energy into self-care. And you're going to have to figure out ways to burn off excess energy, whether it's exercise, whether it's hobbies. Because if not, you're going to be the second definition of a lone wolf. You're going to be a terrorist or other type of criminal who acts alone rather than in a larger institution. You have a lot of unused energy. You have a lot of self-hatred, hatred towards the world. Like even when people park too close to me, like I will say I kind of hate them, but I don't want any harm to come to them because, I'm at peace with myself. Even sometimes when people ask me, how do you stay cool? They ask me like a variety of questions on YouTube about a variety of different things. And I just get frustrated, but I just block them. I'll be honest with you now. I don't even like respond to a lot of comments. I just block them. And it's not fair for me to be negative to some people because they're just very social. Some people are just very social, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why it's a dynamic. I often pull myself back and say, Sam, I don't have a right to be upset with them. This is just the type of person they are. But I also have to exercise self-care. They're not good for me because I can't be around a type of person that just, they nag or they don't even nag. They want to be social. I don't want to be social. I like taking some questions on the live chats here. I enjoy that. This is probably the most social I am all day. But outside of that, I'm not a high school reunion guy. I'm not a let's get together with a bunch of buddies. I'm not, especially as I get older, because I know myself even better. And I look back in my life and said, when I've been the most unhappy is when I force myself to be in social settings that just they're not for me. But sometimes society says it's Christmas time. It's time to get together. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. How many people will be forced to go to a crowded restaurant to show affection to your mother, to buy a card simply because society pressure? And a lot of moms out there who feel, not my mom, me and my mom have a good relationship, but there's a lot of frauds out there, a lot of moms who are frauds, and they feel like you have to play the game tomorrow. They're owed that. They're entitled to that. And they feel bad if they're going to be alone. Like there's a lot of mothers out there that claim their independence. They may even got a divorce because they want to be independent, but they want to be acknowledged tomorrow. I think very few people are truly independent and solitary. I think people say they want that, but I think as soon as you give them that, as soon as you give them their private time, then they complain, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you text me? Why didn't you reach out to me? And so I don't know, but those are like my main thoughts. Dealing with questions that people can research on their own bothers me. Dealing with people bothers me. Will I continue to have a YouTube channel forever? I don't know. Only until it makes sense financially. But outside of that even that's starting to bother me, to be honest with you guys. Because it's just like an endless thing. People just don't listen. And what I've learned like kind of online is a lot of times it's like energy for people that I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but I'm being honest with you. This is how I feel tonight. And so does a lone wolf want to be fully alone? The first type of lone wolf, a very independent, solitary person. I think so. I think a lone wolf, I think even now as I evolve, I don't even think I really even desire any type of social media. In the beginning, I did, but I don't anymore. I don't. I don't. And what I found is a lot of people who are online are really the second type of lone wolf. There's a lot of good, but there's a lot of people out there that they're by themselves, but they're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with the situation, and they almost fall into that second group. They're almost like a terrorist. It's interesting when someone commits like a crime, the first thing they do is they look at the social media of that person and they say, were they a lone wolf? What was their message to the world? And a lot of people have that message in their comments or in their dialogue. So, and that's too, I'll say this too. And that's why I like to be single. I saw a girl, I was in a Starbucks before I came here, and I saw a hot girl, man. I think she was Puerto Rican. She looked good. She looked good. And she was with her, I guess her boyfriend. And I looked, I said, it'd be, I was fantasizing about being, with her or with a girl like her. But then I said, Sam, other than that initial attraction, you know what that's about. You don't desire that. You don't desire to have someone with you. I don't wish I had someone right now to go home to. I don't. I'm thank God that there's no one in this car. Even this live feed, I already just blocked someone because, just asked a question I didn't like. That's how I am. That's how I am. And so these are just my thoughts. And this is how I am. This is who I am. Some people get upset because they don't like that you are who you are. And they don't like that you're very independent or you're very by yourself. They can't understand it. They think you want someone. They think that's the missing thing. And then I used to fall for that. Then I look at their life and I say, look at their life. It's a disaster. They're in an unhealthy relationship. They have a string of unhealthy relationships. They're not taking care of themselves well. I shouldn't take advice from them. I like being a lone wolf, the peaceful, independent, solitary person. I like using social skills. You're going to need social skills to push forward in life. Because if you can't get along with your coworkers and you can't get along with other people, you're going to be in poverty. Because the number one thing you need to know about working is you got to get along with people somewhat. There's exceptions. You can do some things, but even YouTube, like you think YouTube is you just upload videos. Now, if you have like excellent content, and if you're not going to look at any videos, comments, and you're not going to respond, you don't have to be social. You're sacrificing some privacy, but you're not going to build a core base. And, look, what YouTube, people don't want to really hear about your personal life. Sometimes they do, but really people want to see like RV reviews or car reviews or tutorials. You have to remember that, a lot of times I get comments that people are looking to start a YouTube channel and they see that I started mine from nothing. It's still a very small channel. I got about 8,000 subscribers. It provides a little bit of supplemental income. But again, my biggest views are RV tutorials. They're not me sharing like details of my life. And I think a lot of times people think like if you just upload details of your life, people want to hear that. Definitely not in the beginning. And definitely not if you're not going to respond to comments, if you're not going to, I respond to just about every comment. But that weighs on you too, because that goes opposite to what my natural inclination is to kind of like, I don't want to be asked questions. I don't want to be bothered with people. At least online, it's in a controlled manner. I don't have to respond. I can take my time. Even I often say these live feeds, people have the same option. They come in, they can listen, and they can leave. And if I don't want to respond, I don't have to. I can block. I can cut off the live feed. And that's the only reason why it kind of works. But I'm articulating who I am, how I think, how I like to live my life, especially middle age. I think when you get middle age, I don't really think you have much tolerance for trying to be someone you're not. I think most of your life, especially in your adolescence, you've succumb to peer pressure and being who people want you to be. Your friends, definitely, you want to be who your friends want you to be. Maybe even your parents, and then society. And then you get to middle age, you say, shit, my life's halfway over. Why am I faking the funk? I don't want to be who these people want me to be. Um, you got to play the game when it comes to business and when it comes to life, and you should. That's part of life. There's a time and place for everything. But in your personal setting, I don't want to play the game at all, because in my personal setting, I want to try to enjoy life as best I can. So those are my thoughts. We'll go into all live comments now, see what you guys got to say, and we'll go from there. Mackle J, what's up, man? What's up, man? Long time no see. Yes, Mackle J, how are you? How are you doing, man? How's your anger? Now, I say that probably going to make you angry because I'm asking you about your anger. I'm sorry about that. And I can understand that's probably why you like to be alone too. You don't want people asking you about that. But when I was young, I was never angry, but it's when you're younger, it's harder to control your anger, especially dealing with other people. But the only answer to that is just to be by yourself. Because what I have learned is if you stay around certain people, whether they're a lover or family member, and you don't get away from them and they keep making you angry and you keep putting yourself in that position, you can't blame them. Like, even I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was having an argument again with my sister. And I listened to her, but then I said, look, Ma, she was, telling me about like taping the conversation. I said, Ma, if you have to tape the conversation, shame on you. Shame on you. I said, because, you know who she is, what she's doing. I said, so you're permitting that environment because, you're choosing to live with her. She doesn't have to live with her. And so, at some point too, Ma, you got to take accountability. That takes two to tango. If you ever have to video record or audio record someone, unless it's an extreme circumstance where there's some serious harm going on and you need to document, I think you're a fraud, man. I remember there was a guy one time at work, like he was going through a contentious problem with other people, and I got along with him. But, he was like kind of involved in a tit for tat with people at work. And I get along with everyone because, look, I don't want drama. I don't like drama. There was some guy at the beach today with a bunch of buddies. They were getting drunk and they were yelling at the ocean. I heard them yelling and I heard them like showing off. When you're dealing with a pack of young guys, man, don't even get involved because this is a fight waiting to happen. But I looked at them, man, and I said, fucking assholes. And I said, Sam, just walk away and just don't even get involved because it's a no-win situation. It took a lot of self-control to walk away, though. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if you get to a situation, back to the situation was at work, this guy was trying to audio record people to catch people like doing stuff. And he was very contentious. He had a track record of being contentious. If that's the type of place you're at in life, where you're walking around with an app on your phone to audio record people and to video record people, I think you got bad mental health and bad character. Again, there's exceptions, and you should document if there's something going on that you need to document. But if you're walking around with audio record waiting to happen, if you're premeditating that, you're operating like you're in a sting operation. I don't like people like that. I don't. Because I think they know exactly what they're getting into, and then they're trying to prove a point. And I think it's the second type of lone wolf. I think it's type of lone wolf that's like a terrorist on a low, man. Just a bunch of anger. These are just my thoughts. Good to see you, Mackle J. Thank you for the comment. Luke, Sam, what's going on Saturday night, my friend? Same thing. Look, I had a friend from Jersey ask me out the other day. He said, Sam, what are you doing this weekend? I said, brother, I gotta tell you, I do the same thing every weekend. I said, I go on the beach, I look at MILFs. I said, I'm in Florida, man. I'm in tropical paradise. What the hell are you going to do? Go to ShopRite? I love that guy. Shout out to that guy. But I'm just trying to make the point that, look, I'm in Florida, guys. So what's every day consist of? On my off days, definitely. I mean, it's just waking up, working out, self-care, hygiene, going to the beach, walking, exercising. Most people don't do anything till noon. And they say, well, what are you doing? I said, shit, my day's halfway over at noon. Interesting. All right, let's continue to read. Sam, what's going on Friday, Saturday night, my friend? Nothing. I just finished up an Uber. Good for you, brother. Working hard. Proud of you, man. For the night was a decent night. How is things with Door? Are you still doing any, or did you stop? I stopped. I did DoorDash for a little over a month. I stopped because my IT job's my main breadwinner. YouTube's a little bit supplemental, but I just didn't want to do it anymore because I wanted to enjoy life. I wanted to be at the beach, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. I just got to a time where I don't need to do it. It was another thing, but I did it to prove a point that I know I can do it if I need to do it, if I ever lost my job, and that there's ways out there to get money if you're willing to work. If you're not willing to work, it's always going to be an issue. But there's different hustles out there. And so I'm glad I experienced it. I'm glad I got that knowledge. I have that as an option if I need it. So that's kind of the main reason why. Angel, hey Angel, how are you? Backwoods Dylan, what's up, man? Lone Wolf Backwoods in the house. Good to have you, man. Shout out to the Northwest, man. Thank you. Brandon, man, Brandon Martin. Here's a cool drink on me. Well, Brandon, brother, thank you, man, for that super chat. I appreciate that. Cool drink on you, man. I take that. Thank you, brother, very much for your kindness, man. Hydration break to you. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. Very much. Appreciate it. Luke, I definitely feel like a little more sometimes. I'm very social and outgoing. Well, if you're doing Uber, you'd have to be somewhat social. And I know how to play the social role. Yeah, you must a little bit. But I also like to be by myself. I hear that. Because I see the big picture in life. I hear that. Thank you again, Brandon. Yeah, look, I think the biggest part that you're going to need to learn to be social is working. No matter what you do, even if you work remote, you have to learn to deal with people. Business is getting a bunch of people together and executing some type of plan, whether it's at Walmart where you huddle up in the morning and you figure out how you're going to set up the store and sell more merchandise, or whether it's a corporation and you figure out how you're going to make more revenue and sell more product. I saw two people that quit at Walmart, not because they couldn't do the job, but because they worked with someone that aggravated them. And that's a big problem for people, and I can understand that. I think a lot of people are lone wolves because I think a lot of people have a lot going on in their mind. That's why I say I think to be a good lone wolf, I think you really have to deal with yourself. I think pour a lot into self-care. Again, I think if you're waking up late, rolling around all day, I think you're going to have very short amount of patience with people. Now, look, I know I already got a short amount of patience with people. I won't do anything to hurt myself. I won't get in arguments. But I know I don't like to deal with too much on people. That's why I pour a lot of energy into self-care. Self-care is a full-time job, guys, full-time. If you got nothing to do, if you're bored, you're not doing self-care. And if you're not doing self-care, you're not going to be able to work for a living. And that's why I have seen many people on disability. They just don't have the ability to exercise good self-care. There's some people that can't take care of themselves. And I understand it's not a judgment on them. It's an observation. And then when you can't take care of yourself, you can't deal with yourself and you can't deal with other people. You know, like forget about dealing with the person you got to work with. You can't even deal with yourself. And that's what I've seen even with family members. A sister, like she keeps talking nonstop for hours about like what the world did to her, how she thinks, who she blames. And these are the type of people that need to see a therapist. They just need, a therapist is basically when everyone in your life doesn't want to talk to you anymore because they heard every bad story that you have to say. And so now you either have to pay someone or the state has to pay someone to listen to you. And so for the most part, and so basically what it is just someone who's trying to figure out life without putting in the work of life. Okay. You don't figure out life without putting in the work of life. There's no way around it. You can try to figure out all the different schemes of life, but the always answer is going to be, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to have the capacity to live a decent life. You need luck. You need God's grace. You can get dealt some bad hands. But for the most part, based on what you can control, if you're going to be the type of person that talks for hours about the same thing, blaming the same people, telling your therapist the same story week after week after week, you're going to be the second type of lone wolf. You're going to be basically a camouflage terrorist that has hate and violence in their heart. I've met those people on YouTube. I have those people in my family. I see them in real life. Now, they may not ever do anything, but they also may sometime do something. They definitely will verbally threaten to do stuff because that's what's in their heart. That's what's in their mind. Their mind is full of chaos. Chaos is unused energy, unfocused life. And you're just trying to avoid doing the work of your life. You're trying to figure out life in your head. When you try to figure out life in your head and you don't actually put any of your energy into action, your whole head is going to make you explode, like head explode emoji. And, because you're trying to figure out how to figure out life without doing the work of life. And there's no answer for that. You have to do the work of life. You have to wake up somewhat early. You have to be active. You have to be productive. You have to do some things you don't want to do. And there's nothing wrong with trying to make your life better, do less of the things you don't want to do. That's why I simplify my life, because I want to do more of the things I want to do and less of the things I don't want. I want more options. I want to be less on the hook to people. But even as I have a lot of options, I still have to do things I don't want to do. I still have to go to the gym. I don't always look forward to going to the gym. And I'm not the most in shape, but look, I lost 200 pounds. I try to keep myself healthy. I have to walk away from an argument on the beach dealing with people who are drunks. When someone parks too close to me, like right on cue, I have to not be mad at them because I have to understand and I have to accept I'm in a public place. Like, I think just that rationale right there, I think some people who aren't happy with themselves, they're the type of people that, they go to, they'll go to Walmart every day. And they have one parking spot that they go to. And so if someone else parks in their parking spot, they get so bent out of shape. Because they look at that parking spot like they're entitled to it. Instead of being honest with themselves and rationalizing, look, this is a public parking lot. Everyone has just as much right. I got a comment today from, I'm going to just say, a bitch from Florida who grew up in Florida. And I made a very positive, neutral toned video about, is moving to Florida worth it? Look at that guy with a loud ass motorcycle. I guarantee you he hates life. I don't know why you would have a loud ass motorcycle. I mean, grow up, man. But I did this video about, is moving to Florida worth it? It's very calm toned, very rational, peaceful video. Like some of my videos, I'm very passionate, I'm very boisterous. Swan Auto, man, thank you, brother. Thank you, Swan. Thank you, Swan, and thank you, Brandon, man. And so I did this video about moving to Florida. Very calm, very neutral. I've done other videos where I'm very boisterous, I'm very passionate, I say some wild stuff. So those videos, when I say wild stuff, I kind of get how people rubs the wrong way. But this video I did about moving to Florida is very peaceful, very calm, neutral. And today I got a comment on it from some person who was born in Florida. If you want to see entitlement, look at someone who was born in Florida and then look at how they deal with people who move to Florida. The most entitled people you'll ever meet in your life, total disgrace. So this bitch, I'm going to say she was a bitch. And guys can be bitches too. So it's not about female, male thing. It's just the way to describe a character of a person. This bitch, she leaves me a long-ass comment about how she got in an argument with one of her ex-neighbors because she was from New Jersey. And she hates people from New Jersey because they moved to Florida and this and this and that. I said, what type of character of a person remembers an argument with their neighbor? And I guarantee you she's had more than one argument with more than one neighbor. And I guarantee you most of the people in her family hate her. What type of person listens to a video that's calm, that talks about the positive things of Florida, that doesn't say anything negative, and then the first thing you think of is an argument you got in with someone from New Jersey? To me, it just shows what an entitled prick you are. I would love for a Native American to leave a comment on your channel to say, hey, look, you're not really a Floridian. You took this land from us. But they don't think about that because they think they're entitled. They think they deserve. They're just a nasty person. Nasty person. I wish those type of people were lone wolves, but they're not. They have a point to prove. And, so I'm just rambling a little bit. Swan Auto, man, thank you for the super chat, Brandon. Thank you, brother. Luke, and I do find sacredness and security in being alone to process my own thoughts and not have enough of a group pack mentality. I thank you. I'm going to get back to that backwards, man. Backwards. Thank you for the super chat, man. You inspire me to live out of my vehicle and go mobile. I appreciate your positivity and wisdom, brother. Thank you. I stop eating out. Well, that's the first step to health. Stop eating out. Change my diet and do self-care every day. Keep doing you, Sammy. Take care. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Look, I still do think living in your car is great, especially if you're relatively young, you're healthy, and you figured out a way to make an income on the road. Your number one asset is your flexibility. It's a chance for you to reposition your life, to really live an adventurous life. And again, I think you're very smart and very mature. I think you can handle it. And you have the right attitude, not eating out, self-care. I get concerned when I see people on the keto diet. And shout out to my guy, Big Dirty Logistic, and all the viewers that I know that do the keto diet. But the keto diet is basically forcing your body to process highly saturated fats. There's some value to it. Like I know some group of people use it to fight seizures, But look, the keto diet, every person I've ever seen on the keto diet, they're not healthy. They're not. And they like it as an excuse to eat fatty foods. That's not self-care, guys. In my opinion, do whatever you want. But I lost 200 pounds, so I'm going to speak on it. Shit. I ain't going to let somebody else. So let's stay positive. But, Backwoods, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Swan Auto, man. Shout out to Vermont. Keep pushing forward. Thank you for your dedication as well, man. And Brandon Martin, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. We'll go back to the live comments. And Luke was saying about group mentality. A group mentality, I really see it now more evident. I've seen it in religion. I see it in patriotism. I was watching a YouTube video with Jesse Ventura when he was interviewed by Joe Rogan. And what happened was the American Sniper, there was a movie made in America about a guy who went to Iraq and he had supposedly the most kills. But turns out he lied about beating up Jesse Ventura, who was also a Navy SEAL. And so it's here he is. He lied about something that was in his book. He lied publicly about it to make himself look better. What else did he lie about? Did he kill innocent people over there in Iraq? Did he not really live a virtuous life? But many people, just because he's in the army, patriotism is group thinking. I love America. I think when you love America, how do you become a good patriot? Look, you honor the laws, you pay your taxes, you do the right thing, you're a positive, productive citizen. Some people think it's saluting a flag and sucking the dick of servicemen. I see, there's one YouTube channel. This lady is a contentious gossip, and she's already had to delete her channel a couple times because she's getting in a fight with trolls. And now she's on this big hurrah about honoring servicemen and women. And it's people just use that as an excuse to and I got some good people that I grew up with that are in the service. And so shout out to them. I mean, there's some great people that serve the country. There's some great people in the Army, ex-military, and active. So it's not about tearing them down. But I just don't like when, I'm not like a group thinker. I'm not. Definitely not at this point in my life. And the Army, it's a huge socialism program. There's really no individual thinking. It's group thinking. Not a lot of questioning, following orders, conformity, uniforms, protocol. It's good for structure, not good for creativity. If you have nothing else going on in your life as far as an income, and you have the ability to be somewhat self-disciplined, I think you can make a good career out of it. If you basically served 20 years in the military, you could retire, with good benefits. And again, I think there's a lot of honor for people who serve it well. I know a couple people that are in the active Army, and former. But I bring all that to say, just be careful. Because a lot of these people, they made a movie about the American Sniper, and the guy was a complete fraud. Complete fraud. And Pat Tillman, who voluntarily quit the NFL, he was an NFL player, quit the NFL to join the Army after 9/11. And basically, the Army, the government, lied about how he was killed. He was killed by friendly fire, but they covered it up because they wanted to keep enrolling more people and use Pat Tillman, the former NFL player, as a symbol of patriotism. And And so the army, the government, former servicemen and women will lie because the group thinking is automatically, if you were in the service, you get honor automatically. A lot of people who are homeless are well, they say they're a military vet, they're a military homeless vet. A lot of them are drug addicts. A lot of them were dishonorably discharged. So a couple of them, even, I don't know if they got rape charges or whatever, but they got some like abuse charges. So again, I know great ones who used to serve, and I know not so great ones. But there is a group thinking when it comes to patriotism that, don't even question your country. Don't even question why we're going to war. Vietnam was a lie. It was a false flag. We really weren't attacked on a ship, the Gulf of Tonkin or whatever, which started Vietnam War, where we lost over 50,000 men and women. The rich people didn't go to war. It was a lot of the poor people in the country. And basically, we weren't really attacked in the Gulf of Tonkin. It was communicated back to the president that they thought they were attacked, but someone misread it, and it wasn't. It was just like bad weather or something. But then they just used it as an opportunity to say, you know what, we have to go to war. And so, and then during that era in our country, if you didn't agree with the war, you were ostracized because you weren't part of that group thinking. And I've been looking too at YouTube videos about the colonization of America and how, there's basically two groups of people that came to America and colonized. It was the Spaniards. Actually, St. Augustine is the oldest city in the United States of America. And I believe, from my understanding, is the Spaniards, people from Spain, originally started the colonization of Florida. And then eventually it went back and forth between them and Britain. And the Spaniards were very Protestant Christian. And, or no, was it the other way around? One was very Protestant. I think it was the Spaniards, and Britain was very Catholic, or the other way around. It was the Catholics versus the Protestants. I can't remember which one. But even like within Christianity, right? You have Catholics, Catholicism, and then you have Protestant. And at that time in history, there were two groups that almost formed as tribes. They believed the same thing, but they fought each other. And one group was coming here to flee because they didn't want to be like under Catholicism. And so they came here to escape that so they can practice being a Protestant. And they then looked at the Aztecs and looked at all the Indian tribes and the Native Americans and said, well, we'll give you freedom, or we'll let you live if you convert to being a Protestant. I was also reading like that there was actually one of the first places that African Americans were given refuge in America to not be a slave was in Florida. There was like a little colony, but to do that, you had to convert to being a Protestant. And if you did that, then you were given a safe haven. And so throughout history, it's amazing how the group thinking and the tribalism in all different parts, not just America. Look at Rwanda in the 90s, where almost 1 million people died because two tribes basically went to war. If you Google Rwanda, and you will see basically genocide based off two tribes. So it's not just America, it's not just white, it's not just black, it's not just Indian. Because look at the Aztec Indians, look at the other tribes of the Native Americans and how they committed human sacrifices and how they had tribal warfare. That whole group thinking and not being a lone wolf. And if you were like a lone wolf, you were ostracized. But see, that's why I try to get away from everyone. Because that whole group thinking is just like, it's gang membership. To a big extent, it's gang membership. And weaker people tend to flock in the group for protection, for huddling of resources. Sometimes if you're not fully independent and you don't have the full capability to be independent, you will huddle with other people to have group resources and for protection. Many times when other people at this stage in history, they will migrate to America and they'll stay very much within their own family because that's how they're going to be able to survive in a new country with a new culture. It's tribalism. It's group thinking. You can't be a lone wolf. You don't have that option. You're not independent. And it's an interesting dynamic in human nature. The lone wolf versus the pack. The lone wolf versus the pack, and the reasons why. The lone wolf kind of feels like they can survive on their own. They can huddle up enough resources. They have the peace. They have the wherewithal to survive on their own. Even that being said, we all need help. I want to be clear. But for the most part, they're a lone wolf. For the pack-orientated person, they don't have full confidence that they can survive on their own. They need to huddle their resources, and they like to be around others for that survival mechanism. Like even in the YouTube world, in the nomad community, like the whole RTR, to me, all that is just like a concert. It's a group pack that, and most of those people aren't even full-time nomads. They're just like part-time. But they travel once a year to this convention to just huddle together, to party, to socialize, sometimes trade resources, trade ideas. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's like the definition of like pack. And they even call it like come follow our tribe. That's how they describe it, just like that in their presentation to come join the RTR. It's like come join the tribe. And that's what a tribe is. A tribe is a group of people opposite of a lone wolf. They're a group of people that huddle their resources, huddle their knowledge, and they move together. A lone wolf is someone who's like, I'm going to get my resources on my own. I'm kind of do my own thing. And, once in a while I may jump in and out of the pack, but I'm a loner. And so this is what we're talking about tonight. All right, we'll go back to live comments. I'm just rambling tonight because that's the type of mood I'm in. So forgive me if you guys are leaving the comments. We'll get to them. 8833. Hey, Sam, I hope you're doing well. Lone wolf to me means living in my Mustang full time and working 2 jobs and enjoying life. Well, brother, that sounds like a good plan to me, man. Thank you. Good to see you, Luke. And I also have a season. Sometimes I like to be out and about, and other times I like to be more private and secluded. Yeah, well, I like that. The ability to be able to change your mind. Daddy Geek, hey, Daddy Geek, how's your health? How are you? Hey, all. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm a bit down, so I will be just listening in the background. Well, I'm at least glad that you put a comment, and I hope you're doing well. I do think about you often. Just keep silent and just give yourself time to listen in the background. Love to you, Daddy Geek. Luke. At Daddy Geek, sending you some positive vibes. You're a positive person. Keep the videos. I enjoyed them. Yes, Daddy Geek's got a channel, guys. Click on her, subscribe. She's a positive person. Now, sometimes, I don't know if I may stop doing that, like saying click on that person's thing and subscribe. Because there's been a few times where I've just been let down. I said I shouldn't be promoting other people. I should just let other people just do them. I kind of got to that way in life, too. Like, I used to, like, try to get a lot of my friends' jobs, and I got some of my friends' jobs. And then I got let down, and I said, look, I'm gonna stop getting people jobs. I'm gonna stop trying to help them because it's just, I don't want to get involved anymore. I don't. And sometimes I feel that way with YouTube too, and I may stop doing it. I don't want to be unsupportive, but look, everyone's got to pave their own path. And the reality is, look, even if you have a YouTube channel, 8 months from now, you probably won't. And it's not that it's a negative thing. It's just that that's the reality of life, and that's what I've learned. And so just be conscious, guys, of that. Luke, I agree with you, my friend. I share a lot of similar thoughts with you. Thank you, brother. Luke, Sam, I'll be honest with you. I think that's what makes you unique and special is the fact that you dialogue with us and you talking to share your real instead of you being generic like a lot of YouTube. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, look, I know a lot of times people get mad at me because the way I answer their questions or if I don't answer their questions, but I don't see on any other scale similar to mine, someone who interacts as much with the audience. I don't. And I'm not saying that to be boastful, because there's other people that got better channels than me with more views and everything else. But at the end of the day, they may respond to 1 or 2 comment. The live feeds are a disaster. But at the end of the day, too, I'm thankful. So I can't say, like, I'm just giving and I'm not getting. I'm getting something, too. You guys have been very supportive to me. So it's, I don't want to start to sit here on my high horse either. Tara, thank you for the super chat. See, that's what I mean. Tara, thank you. Swan, thank you. Backwoods, thank you. Brandon, thank you. It's a two-way street. So that's why it's like, I don't want to be disingenuous, but I want to be honest. So thank you, though, brother. And thank you, Tara. Luke, thumbs up. Brandon. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's up, man? How's the bikinis? The bikinis are good, man. I saw a couple bikinis today, and I saw some hot Puerto Rican girl when I was in Starbucks, man. It makes you just want to masturbate on sight, man. And so I do get horny, but I thank God that I just masturbate. And as soon as I'm done masturbating, I don't have any desire to be with a woman. I like to be alone. Because again, I did the research. When you're in a relationship, you only have sex 5% of the time. So that means 95% of all relationships are the opposite of physical intimacy. It's emotional torture. You're basically, and that's why most people, the number one cause of stress is relationships. Number one cause. I'll look it up, Google it. It's number one, even before money is relationship stress. So basically, when you sign up for a relationship, you're basically saying you want 95% emotional support, financial support, and 5% intimacy. It's not a risk reward I like. Now look, I already bucked the odds. I live in my car. Only 1% of society do it. I've traded stock. I've done other risky things that most people fail. So I've done a lot of things in life that are small risk reward. But the reward usually means that I'm getting, or at least have the chance to get something back that I want. So a relationship, there's really nothing I want, right? So even if I just want intimacy, I know that you can't just have that without any emotional attachment. It just doesn't happen. Even with prostitution, and prostitution illegal, you end up like Bob Kraft getting a hand job, and now you're arrested, and you got to prove like the tape was done illegally. So for me, the best way is I say to myself, Sam, if you masturbate, you ejaculate, that's the same thing as having a relationship. It may feel a little bit better, but just in your mind, because your body, when you ejaculate, there's no difference between masturbation and having sex. It's all mental. Because your body is performing the same function. You're ejaculating. So whether you ejaculate and you masturbate yourself, or you're with a girl, or some of my gay guys out there, you're with another guy, you're physically doing the same thing. But your mind is imagining it some other way. And it's not worth all the aggravation that comes with it. So what do I say? I'd rather be a lone wolf and masturbate. That's where we went with that. But I did see some bikinis today. Can't wait to check out Florida. Oh, brother, it's awesome, man. To see if it's good for me. Definitely have to come visit. I visited for 2 years before I moved here. I love beaches and bikinis. Well, brother, you have the most beaches in the United States of America, the warmest weather, and you got some hot girls here, man. So what I could tell you, man, is that's why even now, it was 90 degrees today. 90 degrees, hot and sweaty. And do I miss New Jersey? No. Do I want to go back to New Jersey in the summer? No. I'm not going back to, I'm going to go back eventually to see my mom, but I'm not looking forward to it. I thank God I could talk to my mom every day on the phone, because I hate Jersey, man. I don't like North Carolina. I don't like South Carolina. I don't like Delaware. I don't like Georgia. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like California either, and I've never been there. I love Florida. Now, I don't like that bitch who left a comment who grew up in Florida, and she's a complete contentious woman that argues with everyone, including her neighbor. I don't like her, but I love Florida. You understand what I'm saying? Good job. Luke, oh my God, laughing good. I had someone park right next to me today. Get used to it. That's group thinking. I figured that out. I used to ask God. I said, God, here I am parking away from everyone else in the parking lot. There's a lot of other spaces. Why do they park next to me? Like some people ask God, what's the mystery of life? I've already figured that out. Just make the most of your life. Don't try to figure the rest out. So I don't ask God like deep questions like that. I just ask God, like, why do people park next to me? And eventually God spoke to me. And God said, people have group thinking. And the majority of people like to go in packs. They're not lone wolves. So when they see another car, they feel safe if they park next to them, because it's a mechanism in their mind to huddle around others. And, like Jesse Ventura was a Navy SEAL. He got out of the Navy SEAL. He joined a bike gang. And when he was getting interviewed, he said, why'd you join a bike gang? You just got out of the Navy SEALs. He goes, I miss that brotherhood. I miss that camaraderie. And that camaraderie, that brotherhood is just group thinking. It's even though he's a very much an individual, if you ever watch his interviews, I'm very impressed that he's a very individual person. So you can still think for yourself while being in a group. So I don't want to say that. You can't. But there's something to be said for that mindset. And then he goes, he had someone park right next to him today and almost hit his door. Huh, that's a disaster. I was like, dude, you have 3 spaces away from me. Yep. But it's a human nature pack mindset, Luke. I tell you what now, that I've been thinking about a Prius. I see them often all the time now. It's just a matter of what I want to use or what I want to buy, brand new one. I don't really like to buy used. I know a lot of people say you should buy used, but whatever you have to keep it for a long enough period of time. You don't want to just jump from car to car. Big waste of money. But it's your money. You should do whatever you want with it. But yeah, I like the Prius guy. I like the efficiency. Perlock, man, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hey, Sam, good to see you, brother. Luke, new or used? I prefer new. I prefer new. Doesn't guarantee it's going to be great, but that's what I prefer. I prefer new and keep it for 7 to 10 years and then get another new one. Some people say get it used, keep it for a few years, see if you hit the lottery. My opinion at this point in my life is buy new, keep it for 7 to 10 years, and then get another one. You should do whatever you want. Dan 8, I sold my snowblower, step 1. Well, step 1 is not sell, but throw out the majority of your stuff. Anything left that has any significant value and that can sell within 15 days, sell. So I'm glad that you made a step forward, but I don't think you're ready to downsize and change your life until you start to throw stuff out. Because people like selling because they say, well, I'm going to get money for it. When you start to throw stuff out, even stuff that's worth money that you can sell and get money for, that's when you're serious about moving or changing your life, in my opinion. So I'm not mad at you for you articulating and you defining what your step 1 is. My step 1 is get 3 mil trash bags from Lowe's, throw out 90% of what you own, and then if you can't sell the other 10%, throw that out too. That's what allowed me to get to Florida. And that's why most people still aren't in Florida or whatever their Florida is, and they'll be stuck wherever they're at for the majority of their life because they're trying to nickel and dime their dreams. So just be careful, guys. Little fiery one. Hey, Sam. Hey, little fiery one. Backwoods. Damn, Sam. You getting all burnt out with life and dealing with people? I've been that way, brother. Shit. I can't believe I made it this far. I understand. I think life tests you in a way just to see how far you can go without snapping. Well, I see a lot of people snapping. They should live more like me. I meditate in nature. I masturbate in nature, man. Good to see you, brother. Luke. A lot of social media is the old same recycled pictures and themes. Yes, it's done. Social media is done. That everybody else is trying to portray is totally done, guys. And copy each. Yeah, tired of seeing it. Yeah, me too. YouTube's the only thing I'm still holding on to, but I would agree. Little fiery one. People that are worrying about what other people are doing or probably don't practice self-care. I totally agree with that. 100% emoji. Brandon, you are a genius and you're right. Thank you. Don't put me on a pedestal, but thank you for the compliment. You are well-informed, very wise, intelligent, emotionally intelligent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your gift of communication is amazing. Well, Brandon, thank you for the compliments. Very much appreciated. Again, guys, I can say something that's wrong. Just because I say it doesn't mean you should automatically agree with it. But I will tell you this, if you don't agree with it, don't leave a comment because I'm just going to block you. Not because I'm saying that I'm right and you're wrong, but I just don't want to hear it. So that's just how I am. I can lie to you and try to give you like this big, nice speech. I know how to give them but nice speeches, guys. I do. And what I can tell you is I'm not at that point in life where I'm willing to do that. I block people for no reason sometimes. Just the way they ask a question or leave a comment. I say, I don't like this person. They're gone. And I'm not saying like that's right, but I'm saying that's who I am. Brandon Martin, here's to a cool drink. Well, let's take a hydration, brother. Thank you again, brother. Because I'm sweating. It was 90 degrees today, guys. It still feels like 80 because it's very humid, and that's how I like it. New Jersey, you still got a hoodie on, man. Tara, Backwoods, Swan Auto, thank you also, man. Appreciate that. Fiery little one. Watching you from Boise, Idaho. Oh, man. I'd rather... I'd be that way. I don't know. All I know is I heard Boise, Idaho, and my heart just dropped, man. I don't know what the hell's going on in Boise. Purple Donatello. Hello, Nomad. Looks like you're not feeling well. I'm feeling great. Take a break like Shaolin Monk. Now, I feel great, man. I really do. But I'm just sharing. Like, I can get my energy level up and I can go real wild, but I don't feel like doing it. If I did feel like doing it, I would do it. So sometimes I'm mellow. Sometimes I'm up. Most of the time I'm mellow, guys. Like, you guys... A lot of people like who just watch my videos and they see like a 1 hour live feed of me being all wild. They think like that's how I am all the time, but it's not. Like same thing with Donald Trump. Like you see Donald Trump give a rally and you see him being all wild. Most of the time he's very calm and rational. He is. Even though I may not agree with him certain things, it's just sometimes you get up to get other people up, and that's how you make your pitch. That's how you entertain, and that's how you move the crowd. Like, so, well, for the majority of my day, I mean, I'm calm and I'm mellow. Uh, so, and that's like the other thing. Like, and sometimes when people see you when you're calm and you're mellow, they go, something wrong? I hate that. I'll block someone just for that. Like, something wrong? You're so calm. Get the fuck away from me. Why? Because, like, I don't like to, like, I want to be able to be who I am, whether it's calm or passionate. Like, sometimes when I'm too passionate, I block someone the other night. They said, I agree with everything you say, but you're too wound up. I blocked them. So I don't want someone to tell me I'm too wound up, and I don't want someone to tell me like it's something wrong. Why? Because this is just how I think as far as a lone wolf. I'm not, I'm at the point in life where someone can either understand where I'm coming from and just say, look, he's just doing him. Whether he's in a good mood or bad news, he's just doing him. And if they can't understand that, like, that's why, like, I used to, sometimes I would get frustrated with my mom or frustrated with dating a girl. There's nothing worse than hearing, oh, is everything okay? You don't seem happy. Oh, shut the fuck up. I hate hearing that. I will divorce someone and I'll never get married, but I would divorce someone just for asking me that. And someone just thumbs down me, and that's why they've been divorced already. And that's why their husband hates them, and they're listening to me in the other room with earbuds in because they're a nagging wife. There was a whole book in the Bible about a nagging wife. It basically said you should divorce her. Now, am I saying you should do that? Well, shit, I don't, you decide. John, hey, John, good to see you, brother. Love to you, John. God bless you, man. Swan, thank you again, Swan. Thank you for doing what you do and making videos every day. I know YouTube can get stressful. It's a disaster, but I have to be thankful because it's also a blessing, so I don't want to be disingenuous. Do you positively impact a lot of people's lives? Thank you. Well, Swan, I appreciate that. It's the good and the bad, but I appreciate Swan. Thank you, brother. You too, man. I appreciate your videos, man. I appreciate who you are. You're a positive person in this world. Womdank. Hey, Sam, what do you think about the Sophis? I don't know what that means. Who believe that God is inside of us, and how to graduate being a higher soul by increasing your freedom. I don't know. I don't know enough to comment. I'm not informed enough. But whatever faith or religion it is, if it makes you a more positive person, and it doesn't cause you to hurt anyone, I don't care. That's where I'm at in life. Me personally, I went on my spiritual journey and I'm at peace with it. And I'm at peace with God. So I've never been, I'm not trying to force other people to convert. I'm not like, the pilgrims trying to force you to convert. For me, like I used to hate at the end of my church journey when the pastor or different evangelist or whatever say, all right, we're going to go into a park and hand out tracts to try to tell people about the God. I'm like, what a disaster. And most of those people end up getting a divorce because, again, they were focused on converting other people rather than self-care. They were more focused on nagging their husband rather than figuring out, why aren't you happy? Did you go to the gym today? Or did you not eat and not be active? And so you have all this unused energy, so you're putting it on your spouse. Most of the time, when you are focused on why you're worrying about why someone else isn't happy, it's because you're not happy. You feel bad about yourself. Like, at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with myself. Not that I'm perfect. Sometimes I fail and I hate life. But I know no one else can make me happy with life. I tried that. If you want to really be miserable, have someone else in your life and expect them to make you happy. Happiness is an inside job, guys. And you better understand that, or else you're going to understand what misery is. Swan, thank you again, brother. Love and respect you, brother. You got to be getting close to going to Vermont, man, because it's getting to be summertime soon. John, amen, Swan. Purple Donatello, no, man, you help me understand my surroundings much better. Thank you. Don't feel like you're not something. Thank you. And yes, I'm very committed to myself. Good job, brother. Look at me living in my car, going on a second year. Damn, Purple Donatello. I didn't know that, brother. Thank you, man. That was a very positive comment, man. I appreciate that, man. Great comment. Thank you, Purple Donatello. Nurse calls. Hello, Sammy. Hello, everyone. Well, Nurse calls. She's been married 20 years, and she has put a catheter in a guy, and she gave him a partial hand job. What I could tell you is, a Nurse calls is thinking about part-time living in her car while she travels as a nurse. Now, if you're a nurse, car living is a huge option. Why? Because a lot of times you're working the night shift, which, again, if you have a night job, living in your car is definitely an option because you figured out the hardest part, which is where to park at night. If you're working at night, then you could park in any public park during the day and sleep during the day. The other reason is a lot of nurses, similar to like firefighters and stuff, they work like 12-hour or more shifts 2 or 3 days a week, or sometimes 4 days a week, and then are off for several days. So it gives you a lot of free time, consecutive days off to travel and to live like a nomad. You don't have to be in one fixed location. And so if you have those things going in your advantage already, if you work the night shift, if you work a lot of hours, but then you have off a lot of days consecutively in a row, you have everything set up to be a nomad if you want to do it. And I think you could do it. Now, nurse calls, be careful, because if you're still married and you already got a little bit of freak in you, because every nurse I ever met, she got a little bit of freak in her. And if you're on the road and you're traveling and you meet some rustic guy with a beard and he's all macho and bravado, and then you're getting lonely, because even though you like to be independent, after a couple days being by yourself, you get lonely. And then all of a sudden, what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up getting with a guy. Then you're going to cry because you feel like you let your husband down. You're going to end up like the girl in the movie Unfaithful. If you ever saw the movie Unfaithful, it's a total disaster. It's when a faithful wife, and a husband can do this too, doesn't matter. It's when a faithful spouse gets bored with their conforming life, and to find a little bit of excitement, they cheat on their spouse. And then they feel bad about themselves, and then it causes a complete uproar in the whole relationship. It happens, it's part of life, but that's why I like to be a lone wolf. I don't want anything to do with that drama. American Beast. Hello, Nurse Calls. Carol, is that Canada? Hey, oh, what's up? Nurse. Hello, American Beast. Nurse. Hello, Carol. Antonio. Are you men going your own way? No, I love women. I'm not bitter. I just like to be single and masturbate because that's what it is. But I'm not part of a group. See, men going their own way is group thinking. I've been scorned by women, and now I want to form a tribe of a bunch of men going their own way. I don't want to be around a bunch of men going their own way. I want to be around women. I want to be around myself. So I don't put a label on myself, because that's not who I am. A lot of people ask me that on YouTube, but I don't consider myself men going their own way. Jacob, what's up, brother? You got your last name on here now too, man. You got your full name. Hey, Sammy. Sorry I'm late. That's all right, brother. Just do you. Just got the notification. I saw your video this morning. Thank you. It was good. Thank you. How you doing? I'm doing the best I can. Overall, I have to say pretty blessed. Besides the bitch laughing, I'm good. Just sitting outside church waiting for my mom. Jacob, man, you're a positive person, man. Thumbs up to you, brother. American Beast. Take care. Hello, Carol. Luke. I agree. Self-care is truly a full-time job. Amen. It's a fight every day to keep positive. Amen, brother. An optimist in a healthy way, not a fake Joel. Luke, good comment, brother. I don't know. I can't read the name right. LZ's, forgive me for saying name wrong. Green ghost face emoji. Some people have loud motorcycles so other cars know they are there since it's harder to hear them. I think they have loud motorcycles because they're on an ego trip. They got a Punisher hat. They got hate in their heart. They think they're a rebel, but all they are is an asshole with a loud motor. But that's my opinion. When I was young, I was an asshole with a loud sound system. So I'm no better. I know you gave me a thumbs down because you feel self-convicted because you got a loud motorcycle. You drink. You have a Punisher decal on your bike. And you think you're part of Hell's Angels. But really, it's just group thinking. But that's just not my opinion. I know you hate me now, and I know you want to rev your motorcycle up right next to me. And I know another person wants to do the same thing, but this is my opinion, and that's why I'm not part of a bike group. I'm not part of a bike club. Luke, Olstein type of way. I'm tough. Most people from Florida act as if Florida is the only state to move to. It's an entitlement. It's just an entitled mind. Backwoods, thank you again, brother. Backwoods, send some positive vibes to the people who just got upset. Swan, Nurse Calls, looks heart emoji in her profile. Yeah, but don't worry about it because she could be a dude. She could be a dude that's a truck driver. I've seen that before. So take that profile picture with a grain of salt. You don't know how Nurse Calls looks. Now, be nice to her because you don't want to be hurtful. But what I could tell you is she could be a biker with a loud motorcycle with a Punisher decal on the back of her jacket. Yeah. And all of a sudden, she's not a nurse. She's really an auto mechanic who think there's nothing wrong with setting off fireworks in the middle of the night and riding around with their bike making noise. That's true. Nurse Swan Auto, thank you. American Beast. Hello, Swan Auto 47. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline. How to Catch a Predator. Good job, man. That's funny. Swan Auto. Is that really you, Nurse Calls? That's good job. American Me, that made me laugh. Cameron, what's up, man? Backwoods. I just stay positive as I can and mind my business. That's wisdom. You're very welcome. Good job, Backwoods, man. That's you broke down life, man, right there. Stay positive, mind your business. Nurse Swan Auto. Yes, it's really me. Yeah, like who said that? Who said that comment? It's Chris Hansen. That's who Nurse Calls us. But hey, I'm not mad at you. Catch these predators. Who's the predator? Maybe a guy with a loud motorcycle. I don't know. Nurse Calls. Swan Auto. Yes, it's really me. Yeah, right. I'm tough. Nurse Calls. A grown woman with a family. Who knows what she is? Not underage beast. Who knows? Like you guys should watch YouTube videos about how to catch a predator. And I think predators, that most of them are repeat offenders. I'm for capital punishment. Who am I for capital punishment for? Repeat child abductive, child abuse predators, and people who have loud motorcycles. I'm all for capital punishment, guys. And tough. Swan Auto is thirsty. Go on dating site. Man, geez, just masturbate and stay away from any type of dating site. There's calls. MTOF. Hello, how are you doing? American Beast. Oh, okay. Thank you for that very informative information, Mr. Stalker. It's a disaster. MTOF. Yep. All day troller. Who knows what the hell's going on? American Beast. Nurse Calls. Poor woman. It must be hard being so beautiful. You guys are a disaster. He was a fraud? Who knows what it is? Brandon. Totally agree. Appreciate their sacrifice, but some people take any military that's not praised and want to burn you at the stake. I totally agree. We learned that with priests too. How, for a period of time, society put priest on a pedestal. And then come to find out, a lot of the priests and the Vatican were abusing. They should have been on How to Catch a Predator. Like Chris Hansen should have been going into the Vatican and interviewing a priest and then showing him, like, how he gave a young kid a blowjob. Now, that sounds bad, but that's what happened. And a lot of priests should have been on How to Catch a Predator. But automatically, society said, like, if you had, like, the collar on, if you were conducting communion, you were automatically a hero. Which a lot of those people were complete scumbags. They should have got capital punishment. Nurse Calls. American Beast, thank you. Jalen, I'm on a keto-based diet. Oh, here we go. Live in my truck and have the energy to frame houses 10 hours a day. I hear you. As long as you are eating goodness, natural fat's great. Well, Jalen, what's your height? What's your weight? I think it's a disaster, but I appreciate you sharing. Swan, please don't be rude to me. I did nothing rude to you. Hey, man, Swan, who's giving you a problem? We can block him. I put lots of effort into taking care of myself. I love you, man. And looking good, MTOF. Swan, you're a good person, man. Don't let nobody give you crap. American Beast, welcome. Chris. Netherlands. I think I'm going to start car dwelling. Okay. I'm paying too much for rent. How much are you paying? I have no wife, no kids, and a decent job. I feel free to do it. I like being a lone wolf. I'm not mad at you. Just understand you're going to pay more for food. You're going to pay more for gas. It could be a good life. I do it. Just don't be disillusioned and give it a shot if you want. Nothing wrong with that. Luke, question. Do you enjoy more campground parking or staying at truck stops or other places? I enjoy a mix. I enjoy a mix. I would say a mix. That's what I do, a mix. Little fiery one. Things are getting heavy and deep tonight, Sam. Yeah, I'm just sharing. I like to share whatever moment I'm in. Sometimes I'm silly. Sometimes I'm deep. Sometimes I'm calm. Sometimes I'm passionate. Sometimes people hate me because of what I say. Sometimes people love me because of what I say. It's a mixed bag of life. It's like, he said, it's like, who's that? Tom Hanks. Life's like a bag of chocolates you never know you get. American Beast, Lone Wolf. Have you ever watched a YouTube documentary called Secrets in Plain Sight? No, I haven't. Evolve, Retracted. NVRV, Alaska's in the house. Hey, Sam, Harry one. NVRV. Very intelligent woman from Alaska, home state of Bob Wells and Sarah Palin. Good to see you. Let's stay positive. Good to see you, NVRV. Eric, looking a little humid. It's hot and humid, man. And steamy floor, steaming the puss, as Emoji Meme would say. Just how you like it. Thumbs up. Exactly how I like it. Good job. Vanomatic. Tallahassee check-in. Capital of Florida. Good to see you. Nurse Calls. Hello, Envy. American Beast. Hi. Nomadic. Vanatic. Tara. Kentucky's in the house. Tara, you moving yet? Good to see you, Tara. Tara, what's happening? I broke it down tonight, Tara. American Beast. Hey, Tara. MVRV. I just followed Daddy Geek. Good job. Daddy Geek's positive. Thomas. Hello, my friend. Positive brother. Good to see you, Thomas. MVRV. Hey, Nurse Calls. American Beast. I beg to differ. The last relationship I was in was not 90% physical. How'd that end? I don't know. You tell me, Jacob. Well, I believe we are all here, part of the Sam tribe. Nah, I appreciate that, brother, but nah. And most people won't be on my channel for more than 8 months. 10% of the people come in on a regular basis, won't be here more than 8 months. That's fine. That's how life is. I like it like that. Because, but I appreciate you, brother. You're a very positive person. NVRV. Hey, American Beast. American Beast, hi. Jacob. And that's the reason I bought adult toys, to avoid the 90% drama. Well, brother, get you a fleshlight and keep working, save your money. You're going to live a happy life. Tara. Florida is a very special place. It is. Make sure your AC works. I got no AC, and it's still special. Wherever you're down there, I'm down here right now. Ain't no AC popping, just me sweating. Sensi, what's up, Sensi? Philippines in the house. California is the place you ought to be. Well, you may like it because of the Asian culture. I like Asian girls, and I know it's closer to the Philippines, but I got to be in Florida. So they are loaded up the truck and moved to Beverly Hills. I don't want to be in Beverly Hills. Swimming pools, movie stars, nah. Hollywood's dead. The movie star generation is dead. I want to be in Florida by Latina MILFs and hot, sweaty, humid weather, flat land. But I'm not mad too. I do like Asian girls. I like the Asian culture. But I'm not a West Coast guy. I'm an East Coast guy. Jacob. All right, Sam. IGTG. Andy G, brother. Andy G, man. Thank you for coming in hot. Morning coffee, brother. Well, Andy G, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, Andy G. Good to see you, man. Good to see you staying positive. Thank you, man. Thank you for everyone for the super chat love, man. Jacob. All right, Sam. I gotta go. Gonna talk with another friend. All right, there you go, brother. Love and respect. Jacob, you keep doing you, man. Random. Hey, Random. I would give you a super chat if I could afford it. Well, yeah, if you can't afford it, don't. I want you to do you guys. The best I can do is hit that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thanks again for continuing to make sure you share your videos free to the general public. Now, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone who watches. Dealing with the public is like working in retail. Okay? So working in retail could suck because you got to deal with, like, if you ever think working and sharing your life in public is easy, I want you to spend some time looking at the Starbucks barista and all the different people who want their coffee made a particular way. You're never going to make everyone happy. Some people want me to like people with loud motorcycles. And if I don't like them, they're not happy. Some people want their triple espresso mocha to have 2 twists of cinnamon in it. And if not, they're irate. So working with the public is like, you want to be a lone wolf because there's no way you're going to please everyone. And all you tend to hear is like, oh, I don't like this, or I want you to like this. And you just say, leave me alone. But then you have to say, look, also you get something back from the public. There's support, there's encouragement. So it's a give and take. But that's the dynamic of being a lone wolf in the public spotlight, is that you need the public. You can't say that the public doesn't help and support you, because they do. But at the same time, you have a mindset of where you like to be very independent. So you definitely have to make sure that you take care time by yourself, because dealing with the public can make you outlash because you don't like dealing with people. And people are very particular. And there's no way you're going to please everyone. I worked retail. My first job was working at a CD store in the mall. And that was, and out of 100, 200 people that come into the store, you're always going to get 10% of people that, they always got a problem. I don't know how you can have a problem going to a CD store. But back then, I think the Titanic soundtrack was hot and everyone loves Celine Dion. So if you come in the CD store and you don't have the Celine Dion Titanic soundtrack, they would get pissed at you. And it's there's nothing I can do about it. It's not here. And they would take that, their mannerisms and their verbal expression would come at hate towards you. Someone hates me now because I don't like loud motorcycles, right? I'm not trying to tell them people should take their motorcycle away from them. But if you're on psychotic medication, if you're on medication that can cause you to be suicidal or violent, they should take your motorcycle and they should take your gun away from you. But if you're not, you should have it, but I don't want to live next to you. All right, let's stay positive. Little fiery, fiery one. She gave a lot of hearts. Little fiery, laughing. Boise is 80 today. That's too cold. Not as humid as Florida. Yeah, it's freezing. I have a nice shady spot. I don't like shady spot. I want to be in the sun. When I go for a walk, I hate being in the shade. I came to Florida because I want to be a flat land where there's no trees, hot, that sun's beating on my head. And then when I'm done walking, then I go in the shade so I can get a little bit of relaxation. But then I go right back in the sun. So I don't want to be like hidden like in the woods. I want to be out there in flat land with that hot weather pulsating on me. Good job. Brandon, do you like video games? I used to. I used to like video games. I used to play like sports games, football, basketball, baseball, but not anymore. It's a great dopamine release. I used to enjoy it. I play when I relax. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I used to do that. Jalen, it's super annoying when people try and tell you how you're feeling. I agree with that. I agree with that. 504, boy, good to see you again, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Peace, brother. Peace to you. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. I hope you are too. Swan, it means a lot that you watch my videos. Brother, I appreciate you, man. I'm really grateful for that. No, I appreciate you too. I'm actually super excited because I'm going to Northern Vermont on Friday. There you go, brother. Live your dream, man. Swan Auto, man. This guy loves Vermont, man. And I'm not mad at him. I've been to Vermont once. I didn't like it. It was too much mountains, not enough Wi-Fi. I couldn't find enough Starbucks. And there was no Latino MILFs up there, man. Latino MILF, you better forget about it. In Vermont, you're going to get like, you're just going to get a bunch of farms, a bunch of mountain, and just a bunch of people like living in that wilderness life. As Swan Auto would say, a bunch of hippies. Nah, that's not for me. But that's for my brother Swan Auto, and I want him to have a Vermont license plate. What's the Swan Auto? What's the slogan of Vermont? Like, in Florida, like the slogan is the Sunshine State. What's the slogan of Vermont? New Jersey, the slogan used to be called a Garden State. I don't know why. There was some gardens, but I'm not impressed. Marin. Eric, ShopRite cash. Oh, God forbid, that's Publix cash. Thank you, Eric. We're gonna convert your super chat from ShopRite currency to New Jersey to Florida currency, which is Publix. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Marin, 3 palm trees, 3 hearts, a lot of heart faces. Yep. Be freaky. Yeah, freaky with yourself. Also, every time. Oh, yeah, you see animal prints. If a girl has leopard skin clothing or anything, any accessories, she's a disaster. I think of you. Well, think of me and stay away because she's a wild animal not meant to be tamed. And if a guy has a Punisher decal, he's a disaster. He's an abusive guy, and as soon as you don't give him what he wants, he's going to lash out on you. And he's going to drink alcohol, he's going to set off fireworks, and you think it's rebellious until he's raising your young children. And the guy's got a temper problem. He needs alcohol, he needs a blowjob just to keep his temper down. Do you want to marry a guy like that? Well, you do initially because you think he's a nice rebel with a Punisher decal on the back. He's the American sniper. But then come to find out the American sniper is not a patriotic guy. He's a psychopath who lied about another ex-military guy, and he did it just to sell books. He's a complete egomaniac. So what's the difference between him and a guy with a loud motorcycle? Not much. So stay away from both guys. Good job. Marin, nurse, that is smiley face. Molly, what's up, man? Wom Doc. Sam, you speak the truth. Thank you, brother. Be free, experience life. Yes. Get a fleshlight and masturbate and stay single. Marin, when I was younger, people used to tell me a lot that they could hear my tunes a block before I got there from my car. Yeah, that's me too. So I used to be a jerk. I feel like I was sharing the joy. Yep. But now looking back at it, I was immature, and that's fair. Wally, hey, Sam, I've been a lone wolf most of my 47 years. It's just me, I guess. I'm getting ready to go to Palaca, Florida. That must be Northwest, man, because I've never heard of that. In a few weeks to start another union electrician job. There you go, brother. Great bass fishing. I'm not mad at you. I don't know how many MILFs are up there, man, because that don't sound like tropical Florida to me, man. That sounds like countryland Florida. But I'm not mad at you, brother. You keep making that union cash. You keep getting those pension credits. Brother, that's the best part about the union. You get pension credits, you retire early, and you can bass, fish, and fleshlight masturbate all night long. Tara, no relation to Adam or Miranda. Who knows? You may be Adam or Miranda. Tara, good to see you. Andy, thank you again, brother. Hey, brother. Thank you again to Tara. Hey, brother. Missed you all week, but glad to get you live. Good to have you. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Hope things are going well. Thank you, brother. Stay positive, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Tara. You guys stay positive, too. Let's take a hydration break. Andy J. Oh, I read it. Corey. Hello, Sam. What's up, man? Good to catch you live. Good to have you. As always, thank you, Corey. Tony Rain, inspirational nomad. If it's not too personal, here we go. I'm going to have to block Tony Rain. May I ask, what is your best memory of your childhood? No, I'll let that slide. Uh, what's the best memory of my childhood? I would say getting maybe getting like a video game for Christmas. Um, uh, I would say probably like childhood. Like I used to like to play basketball. Uh, no, I don't know. Like those are just two generic things. I always felt loved by my mother. I always felt loved by my mother, even though the house was a mess. My mom always gave me pretty much anything I could want or need. Um, and my mom, I would say, like my biggest overall impression is just like I was very blessed to have a loving mother that always kind of like, even though there's times like there was unhealthy things going on, that love, like the scriptures say, love covers a multitude of sin. And so I would say having a loving mother in the long term is probably my greatest joy of my childhood and of my life that I'm thankful for. Jalen, 186.1. Damn, you're in better. You're in pretty good shape, but you may have high cholesterol. You may have high blood pressure. Don't do the calorie count. I'm not mad you got good genetics too. Like most people, I eat keto-based diet for mental effects. I'm not mad at you. Shout out to Walmart, by the way. I'm not mad at you. Look, you may eat like a slob and you may live to 100. You may eat the keto diet. You may live to 85. I may eat a plant-based diet and die at 45. Well, none of us know. So, but if you feel healthy and you're honestly in overall good shape, then I say God bless. I'm not mad at anyone. Good job. Will be. Right this very moment, Bob Wells is swearing trying to fix solar panel. Total disaster. He is, but I don't want to be negative towards Bob Wells because he's helped a lot of people, and he does have a good temperament to talk to people and listen to people. I think he's on a little bit of an egomaniac who likes to form a tribe. But look, I could be a prick, and and not a lot of people will stay long enough to listen to my message because I rubbed them the wrong way. So everyone's different, and Bob has a certain way that he comes across that can help a lot of people that need to really be like spoon-fed basic things. Like Bob Wells could do like 50 videos about how do you wipe your ass. And some people need to go step by step. Like, all right, you get the toilet paper, you wrap it around your hand, okay, then you swipe up, and then you swipe down, and then you discard. And then then they're going to ask him again, like, all right, well, how do you stay hot and cool in the car? And then Bob Wells will patiently go, all right, you take the toilet paper, you go like this, you swipe up, and you swipe down, you throw out. And they'll ask him again, well, how do you stay hot and cold? You go, all right, you take the toilet paper, and people love that. Like they'll go back and forth for hours. I can't. To me, that's like psychopath. But that's why, again, Bob Wells, he's got over almost 200,000 subscribers up, and that's why that's his main hustle. So I'm not trying to say my way is the right way. I'm just trying to say I'm a lone wolf. Bob Wells is the leader of a tribe, and he has more followers and more insight because most people are tribe orientated. I'm an oddity, okay? I'm by definition a lone wolf. I'm a solitary person. So why are a lot of people going to follow a solitary person or not? Because they don't have the same mindset. They like to ride loud motorcycles, go to campfires, drink beers, and huddle around each other. I don't like that. I get totally disgusted by that. So I'm not trying to say my way is right and they're wrong. I'm just saying there's a difference. And that's why the difference equals like I got 8,000 subs, he's got 200,000, right? It's a different mannerism. It's a different mindset. It's a different way you present stuff. And so it all plays a part of life. Andy G, thank you again, brother. Thank you everyone who shows super chat love. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Marin, go Andy. Go Andy. Tara. Keto is good stuff. I remember you had some keto videos. Went from 276 to 160. I'm not mad at that. Carb cycling. I'm not mad at you. I appreciate you sharing. I remember some of your videos where you were cooking up in the stove. My favorite video of yours, I don't know if it's still up. I haven't been on your channel in a while. Was what like your first video or your first couple of videos when you were walking and you were talking about getting out of an unhealthy relationship. I think you were dating some chick and she did you wrong. I felt that anger that she did you wrong, man. And I don't know, like if you were caught up a little bit in a substance abuse game, but I appreciate your honesty, man. That's why I like I didn't really like the keto videos because I couldn't relate, but I could relate to like your life struggle and like how you were trying to be positive and walk your way to health. And I like that about you. Just keep doing you, Tara. Remember that. You're a smart woman. You're independent. You don't need a lot of people. Nurse, laughing good, Nurse. We love you. Journey with Jordan. He's popping in from Tennessee. Just popping in on my dinner break tonight. I'm not mad at that. Hope you had an inspired day. It was hot and sweaty, brother. Of self-care. A lot of self-care today, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate all those emojis. Good job, man. Little fiery one. I hope you're wearing sunscreen. I am. Which sunscreen do I use? I'll show you guys. I keep it right here on my side. All right. All you guys out there, you want to buy sunscreen, you get the Coppertone 30. You don't want to get 50 because then you're not going to get any tan. You want to get the 30. You buy that on Amazon, use the Amazon affiliate link in the video description, and you buy 1 million of these. Why? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like Bob Wells. I'll sell anything. I don't care. Eric, ShopRite Cash. Yeah, we converted that to Publix, man. Thank you, brother. Swan. The slogan says Green Mountain State. Is that what that says? I didn't know that. Well, there's definitely mountains there. And they're green in the summertime. There's a lot of like foliage. Beat Berry, Sam, you'd love Thailand. I dated a girl from Thailand, but I wouldn't love Thailand because there's no Publix. There's no, I don't know if there's Starbucks, but it's not South Florida. So I love everyone from all over the world, even the Green Mountain State. But I don't like Green Mountain coffee. I don't like the Green Mountain State. I love Thailand girls, but I don't love Thailand. I love South Florida, guys, but I love you, brother. Journey with Jordan. I met a fashion analyst yesterday that told me animal prints are coming in hot. They've always been there since Peggy Bundy, and they'll be there a long time after. This is fall forecast. 70% animal print scarves this fall. Let me tell you something, brother. They've been around. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Alex Clayton. Gratitude. Yes. Thanks for opening my eyes to be free. Thank you. Been living out of the SUV since October 2018. All right, man. You made a pretty good run, man. You're just about 8-month run. As a stag nomad, there's different ways to do it. Good job. Learning about real life. There you go. Also been traveling more too. Good job. Yeah, expand your mind. Good job, man. It took me a while to travel outside of the 30 or 60 miles that I normally grew up around. There's a mental barrier. You should start to just travel on the weekend past your 30 to 40 mile radius, and then eventually start to travel outside your state lines. So I started to go like to the north and south Jersey. Then I started to go, into New York City, into Pennsylvania, I even when I was young, I traveled into Maryland and stuff, but then I started to go like past DC into Virginia. And so just traveling past your 30-mile radius into other states. Every state is different. It's got like a different personality. And that expands your mind, and it really helps you develop. So good job, James. Sam, baby. Greetings, my friend. Keep running. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Good to see you, man. Brandon, I live in New Jersey. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. The ShopRite jokes crack me up. Oh, brother, at least you can laugh and keep from crying because it's true. Yeah, my mom used to work at ShopRite. I used to be a bagger of groceries when I was a young kid. And what I could tell you is total disaster. Love you, man. Stay good. Big Dirty, he's got the keto diet. Big Dirty, good to see you, man. Big Dirty, man. Big Dirty, I'm surprised you didn't give up yet on YouTube, man. Are you close to shutting down your channel? I think the average YouTuber only has their channel for 8 months or less. But Big Dirty's hanging in there, man. What is his latest video? He made a video that he resented his ungrateful, I think, granddaughter or nephew, that he had to go help her move. He hated her. He basically cursed her in the video, like, I hate this bitch. I can't believe I'm going to help her move. But it was her family member, and he didn't say that, but I read his mind. And in his mind says, I'd rather be home eating the keto diet than, helping my relative go move. And I felt for Big Dirty. I said, Big Dirty's pissed, but at least he got it off his chest. But here's the bad part about having a YouTube video or YouTube channel. So you get pissed because, you want to stay at home and eat the keto diet. Your family member tells you, look, I need you to help me come move. So you make a video that you hate your family member. Like, you don't say it, like I just basically said it for Big Dirty, but Big Dirty can't say it. He get himself in a lot of trouble. So Big Dirty, said that on the low. Like, back in the day when there'd be a rap beef, like the rappers didn't used to say each other's name. They said it indirectly, right? That's how the Jay-Z and Nas thing started. So Big Dirty was saying a Clue mixtape, he was saying indirectly that he hated his family member for making a move. But in reality, what's going to happen is his family member is going to see that video or catch wind of it, and indirectly now they're going to have beef. and and then eventually it's going to be the Summer Jam where Jay-Z puts Nas on the screen, and then Ether comes, and that's what's going to happen. Like, Big Dirty's just living his life. He ain't making no money off YouTube. He's got, he don't have enough to be monetized. So, but he's got the hope that one day he'll be monetized. But in between now and being monetized, a lot of people close to him will watch his channel. They'll indirectly take his words offensively, and he's going to have some beef. That's what happens. And that's the bad part about YouTube. You sacrifice a lot of privacy, ain't worth it. But I still do it, so I can't be a hypocrite. It does pay off if you're consistent, but you got to be consistent, and then you got to throw in some videos that are just for the masses. You got to throw in some RV reviews. If you have no idea what you want to do with your channel, just go to an RV dealership every day, do one video of one RV. That's what people want to see. They don't want to hear you talking about like your ungrateful granddaughter that you got to go help move out of college. They don't care about that. They care about what does a Class C look like inside, and that will be your biggest view. And then over time, people will eventually just listen to the other stuff you got to say because they ain't got nothing else going on. And so, then they just listen to you in the background, and they say, "What do you say?" And then, they put the replay and they watch it again. They pick apart what you said. And then once in a while, you get lucky. But that's basically, I just broke down what having a YouTube channel is like. MVRV. See, like MVRV got a YouTube channel, but she even already managed expectations. She said, "I'm not going to make a video every day, so get used to it." You don't even see her in the videos. So it's like watching like Vlad TV. Like Vlad's interviewing other artists, but you never see him. So you're not really going to form a connection with NVRV. But she's very intelligent. She's already got a job. So she's calculating how much risk she wants to take on her YouTube channel. So she's not taking that much risk. She's not uploading that much. And she's not really sharing her life as far as who she is and what she looks like. She's keeping a lot of stuff secret. So she's taking low risk, but she's going to get low reward. See, that's the thing. Like you can't like not share your life and not be who you are and then expect to get rewarded. Like, because nobody wants to see generic. So, but here's the downside. Like, you share your life. You basically say like Big Dirty said, like you hate your family member for helping you move. You go on screen, you say that. Now, yeah, you may get a reward, but now you may just run risk and you may not ever get rewarded. So you're constantly evaluating on YouTube, like how much should you share? If you're like a robot like NVRV and you're saying, "Here's my gas stove, goodbye," you're not going to form a connection. Now, if you're like Big Dirty, you up there like, fuck, this bitch made me move. Like, you may catch some views on that, but it may be a long time before you get paid off. So you may have been better off just being like a robot and saying, "Here's my gas stove." Life's not an exact science, guys. I just broke it down. Big Dirty, congrats on hitting 8,000 subs. Well, I appreciate that, brother. Took a lot of hard work, and I share my life, and I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm thankful for it. Alex, one thing I've learned going the lone wolf path, uncomfortable because comfortable while normal becomes uncomfortable. I hear what you're saying. Sleeping outside versus bed. Yeah, there's an adjustment period, man. But it sounds like you're mature and you understand what life is, so good job, man. Maren, tell your mother happy Mother's Day. I will, man. Thank you. From a friend. I talked to my mom today. I talk to her every day. And what we say is every day is Mother's Day for us. Every day is our birthday. We celebrate each other every day. Now, we've had bad times. Like, no relationship is perfect. But we're at a mature place where we don't have to conform to the society show. Tomorrow, the society dog and pony show is go to your mother's house, get her a card, take her out to an unhealthy restaurant. Even though you're on a keto diet, tomorrow you'll go to IHOP or whatever. It'll be a total disaster. You'll wear all black. You'll take your mom home. And that'll be it. But I did that for a few years, and that's good. Look, you should love your mother. If you have a good mother. If you have a bad mother, I understand that too. But I am very thankful for a good mother. Marion, and you're very much a loving person. Brandon, the Bob Wells how to do wipe your butt. Yeah, step by step. Yeah. And laugh me so hard. Good. It's good to laugh. Not just good for the soul, but that's why he's got a lot of viewers, man. Alex, NVRV 2012 Cadillac SRX. 2 seats let down for bed. I dumped a lot of stuff before moving. There you go. That's a big step. Make sure to have 24-hour gym. Totally agree. Cell phone. Totally agree. Coffee shop. Totally agree. Library. I don't go to the library too much, but that's a win too to pass time. Yeah, good points. Wally. Pakalate is about 50 miles north of Daytona Beach. That's too north, man. You gotta be southeast, man. So that's by like basically Jacksonville. But it's gotta be west. That's not by the coast. Because I know every town by the coast. That ain't by the coast. That's gotta be inland. Gotta be. Brandon, what if trolls become positive? Yeah, that's basically saying like, what if that girl with the Hello Kitty becomes a better wife? What if Peggy Bundy actually gets a job and becomes loving and supporting. It doesn't happen, brother. That's like saying, will Al Bundy eventually become a Wall Street broker? Not going to happen. That's like saying your boyfriend who has a Punisher decal on the back of his bicycle, he's going to become like a banking analyst. Not going to happen. So is a troll going to becoming a positive person? Is Judas ever going to become a true disciple? You tell me. I don't know. I had a troll that come in here and he gave a bunch of super chats and he said, look, you really helped my life. And I said, well, maybe I did help this guy. Then I watched his channel the next day and his live feed was about how do you get away with murder? How do you get away with like committing suicide? Like, how do you get away with killing other people, basically? And I said, what the fuck? Did I really help him or is he still a psychopath? I didn't help him. He's still got videos about like destructive shit. So, he may say I've helped him. Maybe in his mind I helped him, but he's still doing destructive shit. So do I think a troll can be reformed? I don't know. Do I think a child molester can be reformed? I wouldn't want that child molester, living next to me. If you do, God bless. Swan, I love how you encourage people to do them if it isn't hurting anyone. That's right, brother. Probably my favorite video you made. Thank you. Yeah, always say no. Yeah, watch that video. Google Inspirational Nomad, just say no. Oh, yes, a good one. There's calls. Swan Auto, you just got another subscriber. There you go. Journey. Do your mom or sister watch your channel? Probably on the low. Not my mom because she don't have the internet, but my sister may on the low. She investigates everything. I don't know. And that's a risk I take. I don't like it, but that's part of life. But she got enough during her. She been not ever since. Do you think your dad will accept your life? I don't care. I'll never talk to my dad again. When I cut my dad out of my life, when I cut anyone out of my life, I accept the fact and I make a final decision that we'll never talk again. Just like when I block people, I understand this finality. So I accepted when I cut my father out. I tried for years to find common ground. Just he is who he is. Like you can't reform a troll. You're not going to change your dad. I accept people for who they are. So I'm not saying he's a bad person. He helped me in a lot of ways. But at a certain point, I get to a certain point in my mind. I'm a lone wolf, guys. That I'll cut someone out of my life and they'll never see me again. And that's it. Doesn't matter what happens. I even have a good friend I still talk to in New Jersey. And once in a while he goes, Sam, if you're going to come back up to New Jersey to visit your mom, tell me. I said, brother, no. I said, you'll probably never see me another day in your life. And he's still my friend. I said, you'll never see me another day in your life because I'm done. So some people don't understand that. Some people do. Now he understands that and he accepts it. That's why we're still friends. If he didn't, I would cut him out of my life too. NVRV. You get me, Sam. Yeah, I broke you down, but I love you. You're laughing. But I'm not doing the channel for money. Yeah, right. What you doing it for? Document your journey? Yeah, I know. As much as to be part of the YouTube community. Give me a break. That inspired me, Journey. Well, I understand that inspired me too, but come on, money talks. I don't care about likes or views. Well, you better not. Wait till you get some troll that hits that thumbs down button. That's when you really start a YouTube channel. Wait till somebody thumbs down a positive video about a propane stove. Then you're gonna hate everyone. then I'll ask you, do you think a troll can be reformed? Then you tell me the answer. Good job. Little fiery one. Chris Hansen on the scene. Catch that motorcycle. What a disaster. NVRV. That may change in the future. Yeah. That's where I am now. MVRV, you don't have to justify yourself to me. You don't have to justify yourself to anyone. If you want to make a robotic video about a propane stove, or if you want to, put your G-string on and make it twerk, I'm not mad at you either way. Life is all about doing you. So don't be mad. I'm not mad at you. You don't have to justify yourself to me. Just like the person who takes away a like and hits a thumbs down. They didn't justify themselves to me. I don't care. And I don't, it's a two-way street. Like they don't care. I don't care. And we're both lone wolves. I'm for that. But I'm glad to know you watch. Yeah, once in a while I do. There's NVID. Oh, you got no subscriber. Swam. Grateful for every subscriber. Oh, yeah. Until you can't stand everyone. That's what happens. MVRV. Thanks, nurse. Brandon, have a good night. Same to you. Wiley, I'll be working 4 10-hour days. There you go. A week, leaving me 3 days off. A lot of time to watch some free porn. On the beach, living my Chevy Suburban. Well, damn, you got a lot of room in there. Big Dirty Sammy, thanks for the tips, brother. You stay positive, man. You keep doing you, man. All right, guys, we hit them hard tonight. Thank you for all the super chat love, guys. I appreciate that. Everyone, man. Let me just run through that again. Acknowledge that. Thank you for my man, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Swan Auto. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Tara. And thank you, Annie G, and Eric, and everyone who clicked a thumbs up, and everyone who shared the video, and everyone who left a comment. Alex, appreciate you sharing. Be Barry, appreciate you, man. Wally, everyone sleep well, do the best you can.